Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, Dr. Jayawardhan Singh Rathore, welcome you all to yet another series of one of the most coveted events of Amity University, Rajasthan. Yes, you got it right. It is Ideathon 2. Ideathon 2, where ideas get live. It is a 3-day event which will unfold itself in the virtual format from April 30, that is today, to 2nd of May 2021. This event is brought to you by Amity Innovation Incubator, ECEL, Amity University Rajasthan, Jaipur. After the huge success of Ideathon 1, celebrated on 28th and 29th of February 2020, following the interest and enthusiasm of everyone, here we have Ideathon 2.0. As rightly said by Mark Twain, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. We at Amity University are always focused into research and innovation. And thus, Ideathon gets a huge impetus with the environment that we are surrounded by. In case you want to start a business, but you're having a tough time articulating your idea, if you want to become an entrepreneur, it's important to start with an idea. All you need is a bit of inspiration. It all starts with an idea that has room to grow over time. If you're thinking of starting a business in 2021, for that, we welcome you all to the event Ideathon 2.0, where the ideas get live. As all good things start with the blessings of the Almighty, we are moving ahead with the lighting of lamp and Saraswati Vandana.
या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमाम् आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदाम् जाड्यान्धकारापहाम्
Thank you, everyone. Moving ahead with the program, we have with us Professor Dr. Amit Jain, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Rajasthan, and patron Ideathon 2.0. Professor Dr. Amit Jain is currently Pro Vice Chancellor at Amity University, Rajasthan. Prior to this, Professor Amit was Director, International Collaborations and Professor Tapmi, School of Business at Manipal University, Jaipur. Professor Amit has been a visiting professor with University of Technology, UTS, Sydney, Australia, Szyszynwy, Istvan University, Hungary, and Székely University, Slovakia. Professor Amit holds a PhD from Sardar Patel University and has completed FDP from IIM Ahmedabad. Professor Amit has designed and conducted training programs, sessions for executives of various organizations, including IDBI Bank, Bank of Baroda, BKT Tires, JK Tire, JK Lakshmi Cement, Claris Life Sciences, Vida Clinical Research, Nutraj Foods, Tirumurti Food Tech, Euro India Food Tech, Fener India, Gayatri India, Patanjali, etc. He has several publications to his credit and has presented research papers at national and international conferences. His professional associations include life membership of Indian Society for Training and Development and currently hold position of National Council member and is editorial board member of Indian Journal of Training and Development. He is chief editor of Amity Management Review. His area of interest for research, training, and consultancy includes marketing strategy, sales management, digital marketing, marketing communications, retail management, and entrepreneurship. Now, I would like to request Professor Dr. Amit Jain, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Rajasthan, and patron Ideathon 2.0 for the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jayawardhan, Honorable Chief Guest and Keynote Speakers, Dr. Himanshurai, Director IIM Indore, Mr. Jukka Hulappa, Country Director, Business Finland, Mr. Rojasvi Babbar, CEO, Amity Innovation Incubator, respected Vice Chancellors of Amity Universities in India and overseas, Dr. Manju Koshe, Event Convener, Dr. Jayavardhan, Master of Ceremony, Mr. Bharat Nenwani, Student Representative, ESEL, Mr. Sahil from Amity Innovation Incubator, AUR, all deans, directors, faculty colleagues, and students of AUR, young, innovative, and creative participants of Ideathon 2.0. A very warm welcome to one and all. It is my pleasure to welcome all the student participants from all over the country and all the expert judges and mentors of Ideathon 2.0. Professor Rai, we are honored with your presence. You are a role model for every academician in the country, as you have shown your eminence in all the domains, be it education, administration, social activism, yoga, or spirituality. It is really heartening to see your love and passion for Indian scriptures and ancient wisdom, and the way you blend this with modern management concepts. Your guidance and direction will certainly help to transform the entrepreneurship ecosystem of the country. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Mr. Jukka Hulappa, if I am pronouncing your name right, you're a great leader and your expertise in international business negotiation is highly valued. You wear multiple hats of a scientist, R&D expert, and business strategist. Currently heading Business Finland as country director, you are creating a great ecosystem for budding entrepreneurs, not only in India but overseas. I express my gratitude for your presence and contribution to the field of entrepreneurship. Namaskar. Mr. Rojasvi Babbar, although you are a part of Amity family, but your contribution in creating an entrepreneurial ecosystem through Amity Innovation Incubator is very, very significant. Thanks for supporting this endeavor of Amity University, Rajasthan. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way, and that is true for our leadership. I'm grateful for the vision of Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, and Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Aseem Chauhan, that motivates the entire team at AUR to seek opportunities for learning and sharing their expertise with peers globally. His passion for innovation and creativity has helped us to set up an Amity Innovation Incubator to help nurture entrepreneurial ideas and student startups. For benefit of our guests and external participants, I would like to give a brief profile of Amity. Amity is India's largest education group. Amity has more than 175,000 most brilliant students, 6,000 faculty and scientists, 11 universities, 150 plus institutions, 17 overseas campuses, and 25 schools and preschools. We have 1,200 acres of campuses. Amity University, Rajasthan, the flagship institution, is a 153-acre campus set up with a global vision and thrust on innovation, research, and industry connect. We at AUR are committed to achieve excellence in all areas of knowledge creation, delivery, and use. We ensure that our research and academic endeavors contribute to the well-being of the society, and our state-of-the-art infrastructure spanning 153 acres facilitates and complements our academic ecosystem and enhance teaching and learning processes. We encourage our students to discover new perspectives, see things differently, and develop an entrepreneurial mindset. A ship is safe in harbor, but that's not what ships are built for, as said by John Eshed. Similarly, as educational institutions and academic fraternity, we are very happy to see students in the class, but that is not what they are destined to do. Unless they face the rough weather and storm, they cannot become strong. Events like Ideathon gives the opportunity to explore the ideas and experience the competitive world. I believe learning is incomplete without this kind of exposure to the students. We have two great speakers to talk about entrepreneurship today, but I would like to sum up with the poem by Robert Frost to highlight the importance of innovation, creativity, and differentiation for entrepreneurs. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Dear participants, I urge you to be inquisitive, I urge you to explore, and I urge you to experiment, because as said by Swami Vivekananda, take risks in life. If you succeed, you can lead. If you fail, you can guide. and there is no great teacher than failure. I wish a great success to the event and once again express my gratitude to the chief guest, keynote speakers, judges, and participants for accepting our invitation. Happy ideating for next few days. My appreciation for the entire organizing team of Ideathon 2.0. Thank you so much. Over to you, Dr. Jayawardhan.
Thank you so much, sir, for those inspirational words. Moving ahead with the event, we have with us Dr. Manju Kaushik, Organizing Chair, Ideathon 2.0. Dr. Manju Kaushik is an Associate Professor, Coordinator, Amity Innovation Incubator Center, ECEL Head Faculty, Coordinator, IEEE and ACM Branch Counselor, and Technical Clubs IEEE ACM Branch Counselor, Amity University, Rajasthan. She has more than 16 years of experience in the field of teaching and research. She was awarded PhD from the Mohanlal Sukhatia University, Udaipur for her work, a critical study of traditional and component-based software engineering models and development of an integrated M model. Her research papers have been published in various journals and conferences of national and international repute like IEEE, Springer, Elsevier, and other SCI Scopus indexed. Two research scholars have successfully awarded with PhD under her supervision. Currently, she is guiding 5 PhD scholars, guided more than 100 PG level students, MCA, MTech. She is appointed as a paper setter and as an external examiner for the Viva Voice exams of postgraduate students, PhD students of various universities. She is an active reviewer of different indexed journals. Presently, she is the executive member of Rajasthan subsection of IEEE and ACM, life member of ISTE and CSI. She is editor of Scopus Index JCIT, journal IGI Global. She has published 2 patents and she is editor of 2 books. I would like to request ma'am to share her kind thoughts with us about the event. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Jayawardhan. It's my pleasure to welcome esteemed guests, mentors, panelists, and participants to this wonderful morning, as the next 2 days are to witness this thundering Ideathon 2.0. We are gathered here to invent, or rather reinvent, a futuristic vision that could propel platforms for many million-dollar entrepreneurial startups or global initiatives which would change the course of life. It is an amazing event for creating and authenticate a startup idea in a short time of 40 hours. That is astounding though. Next 40 hours could explore the young minds of different skills and approach towards a great, fully operating startups. It's a flagship event of ECEL of Amity University, Rajasthan. We will have many research discussions, path-breaking events come competition, and thus it could be an interesting as well as highly motivating event for everyone. This event, Ideathon 2.0, earmarks on the 4 basic areas, which are: number 1, discover. Discover where you are on the entrepreneur's journey. Find the resources available near you. Leave knowing the next steps you need to take on your road to success. Number 2, connect. Connect with people driven to build something new. Sharing your co-working with like-minded people help you sharpen your skill and help you understand your competition before you hit the market with your idea. Number 3, learn. Learn what it really takes to start a company. No book, panel, speaker, or blog post will teach you what you need to know. The only way to learn is experience of trying. Number 4, start. Pull up your socks and start with a viable venture and convert it into the next billion-dollar company. We can create history as it is a powerful platform for skilled enthusiasts who are here to break shell of hackneyed ideologies. We are professionals and we should be capable enough to create and design the jobs for the future and present. We should not be a job seeker. This is the driving force of such events that pave way for the forthcoming generations. It is quite an opportunity, one must say, where you can freely tinker with your ideas and maybe watch them grow into successful business ventures. The previous installation of this ardent event attracted 150 registrations, 15 to 20 wonderful teams, and well-respected mentors and panelists of the startup community. Not to mention various sponsors and company representatives. This year, we are kicking off this event with new mentors and judges and even more grand prizes worth 5 lakh from our sponsors. And this could not have been done without the enormous response we got from the participants. Believe me, when I say that ESL has worked day and night to make this event happen, we have had student volunteers and the core team working relentlessly on this event. The time and energy these children have put in is absolutely remarkable. And reflecting upon today's situation, we can only imagine how difficult it must have been to make it possible. Ideathon is a platform providing a safe ecosystem for these budding ideas to grow in $1 million company they desire to be. After all, it really is about that small spark, that ideation that change it all for them. An idea can change the lives, an individual can change the world, an opportunity can change the future. Let's keep this ideology and make this event a thumping success. Thank you. Thank you so much. Over to Dr. Jayavardhan.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for those wonderful words. We are fortunate to have with us the guest of the event and keynote speaker, Dr. Himanshurai, Director, Indian Institute of Management, Indore, talking on the topic, Shaping Young Leaders. Sir has been a professor at IIM Lucknow. Before this, he was the Dean of MISB, Bocconi, and professor at SDA Bocconi, Milan, Italy. As the convener of CAT 2010, he successfully led the largest format change in the world's testing history, exceeding all global standards of testing. He has held the positions of chairman, HRM Group, admissions, corporate communications, and media relations, and executive programs at IIM Lucknow. He obtained his doctorate from Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, making seminal contribution in the area of conflict resolution and negotiation. His profile includes a stint of over 8 years of Tata Steel, India, where he played a pivotal role in developing quality systems for his departments and communication policy for the company. He teaches a variety of courses to PG and doctoral students, including negotiation, justice, leadership, and business research methods. He has consulted with several organizations, including World Bank, Planning Commission of India, International Finance Corporation, UP State Road Transport Corporation, Mahindra & Mahindra, Hero Honda, and Seva. His consultancies include strategic planning, HR interventions, and organizational restructuring and development. Dr. Rai is a recipient of the coveted NTSE Scholarship and Infosys Fellowship. He has published in revered journals and books, and his current areas of research include negotiation, HRM issues, management and religion, spirituality, gender influence, tactics, and proxemics. He loves adventure, particularly mountaineering and trekking, and has over a dozen expeditions to his credit. He is a voracious reader, a yoga teacher, and a connoisseur of music. We welcome you, sir. I would like to request you, sir, to deliver your lecture now. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for those enchanting and inspirational words. Indeed, health, happiness, hardworking attitude, as you rightly mentioned, are contagious. And we have it only then we can pass it on to the other people. Being fearless like a child would bring wonder to one's existence. And of course, the message that you gave from Alice in Wonderland was very encouraging. Thank you once again, sir. And I'm sure that everyone would have definitely been motivated by listening to you. Since we have a paucity of time, we regret for not being able to take up the questions online. We'll take them offline. Moving ahead, we are fortunate to have with us our keynote speaker, Mr. Jukka Olappa, Commercial Counselor, Country Director India, Business Finland, delivering a lecture on Learning from Finland, Greatest Startup Ecosystems in the World. Dr. Jukka Olappa is a healthcare heavyweight with R&D, regulatory, business development, in and out licensing, and retail experience. As an innovative, experienced, and brutally honest dealmaker, Dr. Olappa knows how to juggle between parties in order to make business deals happen in the healthcare space. He has been buying and selling pharmaceuticals, medical devices, food supplements, technologies, and all kinds of pharmaceutical services globally. After extensive career in the healthcare industry, Dr. Olappa now heads Business Finland in India. He is responsible of Export Finland, Invest in Finland, Visit Finland, and innovation funding activities in India and also in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and Nepal. Dr. Olappa is a market-oriented and market-driven, outside-the-box thinker with B2B and B2C marketing and sales experience. He has excellent networks to decision makers, especially in Europe, Asia, and Russia. Dr. Olappa received his PhD in pharmacy from the University of Kuopio, Finland. We welcome you, sir. I would like to request you, sir, to share your words of inspiration with us on this occasion. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, organizers, for inviting me to speak. And thank you for the kind introduction. It's always very, very difficult to follow a great speaker. I think there are many, many comments or many points that I could kind of follow up what Himanshu you said, but there's one issue that I would like to follow before I start my speech. You mentioned that it is so difficult for women to succeed in the world. It's more difficult than men, and that to me, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense because women are better. To be honest, I have hired so many women in my life, and let's say that maybe top 10 out of all the people I have hired, maybe 9 out of 10 are women, and maybe 6 out of 10 are young mothers. I do not feel or see anybody being more efficient in working life than young mothers. So if I could only hire young mothers, I would only do that. You are better. Okay. Can you see my slides? Can you see my screen? Could somebody kindly comment?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Cool. So I'm going to talk about Finland. I'm going to talk about how on earth we, a small country in the middle of nowhere, up north, have the greatest startup ecosystem in the world. What has happened? How is that? And then I'm going to share some learnings at the end. About me, I'm not a career diplomat. I used to have a real job. I'm 45. I've been living here in New Delhi for 4.5 years now. People always ask me that, Jukka, was it a culture shock to move to India, to New Delhi? So I'm sitting in New Delhi, although you can see the Business Finland headquarters in Helsinki in the background. People always ask me that, Jukka, has it been a culture shock to move to India from Finland? And I'm always saying that not really. By far, a bigger culture shock for me has been to move from the cool startup scene, corporate scene, to public sector. So I'm still kind of struggling to be a civil servant. Back to me. I'm 45. I have 1 wife, 2 cats, and 3 children. I have a PhD in pharmaceutical sciences. I consider myself a business development professional. So that's what I did before joining the Finnish government. So I've been doing business also in India with the largest Indian pharma companies, doing a lot of work with them, for them in Europe. I used to be an entrepreneur for 12 years. I also have 1 patent family that I have put together, and I actually managed to sell this patent portfolio, which was then commercialized by a global pharma company, and actually that was on nasal delivery of vaccines. What I'm doing at the moment, I have this cool double role. So I'm looking after the commercial section in the Finnish embassy and a country director of Business Finland. I will explain you a bit more what Business Finland is, how Finnish government has structured operations. And then I'm also sitting in a board of FinCham, which is our chamber of commerce in India. And then I'm still advising on startups, and I'm advising in various startup accelerators globally. So I've been a CEO. I've founded companies. I've been sitting in boards, chairing boards of startups. I've helped governments. I've helped Russian government to set up Skolkovo, which is the Silicon Valley of Russia next to Moscow. And I have also helped some Chinese pharma companies to come to Europe. I was heading European operations of Simcere, which was the first Chinese pharma company that was listed in the New York Stock Exchange. So I would say that I have been around, I'm not sure if I have been doing anything successfully. I have failed a lot. But anyway, I've done many things. So today I'm looking after Business Finland. We have 5 mandates from the Finnish government. So I'm based in New Delhi, looking after India and some of the surrounding countries as well. 5 mandates. Number 1, export promotion. So it's our role to help Finnish companies in our markets, in our case, India. Number 2, we are the invest in arm for Finland. So it's our role to attract foreign direct investments to Finland. And that's very typical that every country has these trade and investment promotion agencies or companies. What makes us unique is our 3rd mandate, and that is that we are also the innovation funding agency for Finland. Our typical annual funding budget is about 600 million euros that we inject to the Finnish innovation ecosystem every year as grants or loans, so we don't take any equity. Last couple of years have been exceptional due to COVID. So last year we got extra 1.1 billion from the Finnish government. So it was 1.7 billion euros last year that we gave to Finnish companies, or the companies that are registered in Finland. To us, it doesn't matter who owns the company, but we can fund the Finnish legal entity. And actually, with many of the Indian large companies, we are working on their innovation funding in Finland and their entities in Finland. Number 4, Visit Finland, meaning that we also manage the Finnish Tourism Board. And our most recent mandate is called Talent Boost, meaning that it's our role to attract talent to Finland, to attract, make Finland more attractive to international talent, whether it's best possible startup teams or individuals. So that's what we are doing. We are cool because we know the ecosystem, because compared to other trade and investment promotion agencies, we drive and fund R&D and innovation. We know what is happening. We have funded all the Finnish unicorns, etc. We don't charge our services. Our services are free of cost. This is probably what you know about Finland. Nokia. About failure, probably the best thing that happened to Finland was that Nokia mobile phone business eventually failed. Why is that? Still 15 years ago, whole Finland was standing on one big Nokia leg. In the Western world, there hasn't been a country which was so dependent on one single company as Finland was dependent on Nokia. So then what happened, 12 or is it already 13 years ago, well, when Apple launched iPhone, so which eventually kind of killed Nokia. So Finland was in huge trouble because the whole country was full of unemployed Nokia engineers. So we had about, I don't know, tens of thousands of unemployed Nokia engineers. And why is that a good thing? Now kind of looking back, it's a great thing because those engineers with excellent education background and excellent experience, they had to start up their own companies. They had to go and work in SMEs. And now we are in the situation that instead of standing one Nokia leg, we have about maybe 2,000 excellent companies in different sectors, whether it's healthcare, etc., which are now really exporting, which are bringing well-being to the country. So again, the fall of Nokia mobile phone business was the best thing that happened to Finland during the last 20 years. By the way, Nokia nowadays is doing exceptionally well. 2 very successful acquisitions, first to acquire the network business from Siemens, and then later on acquire the whole business of Alcatel-Lucent, and now Nokia is really the pioneer when it comes to 5G technology. More than 120 commercial 5G agreements. Yesterday, actually, the first quarter Nokia results came out, and they were excellent. So Nokia as a company is doing extremely well, employing about 16,000 people in India alone. For example, the largest R&D site of Nokia is in Bangalore, employing about 6,000 people. So now we are in the situation that Finnish ecosystem, thanks to Nokia, thanks to us having a best education system in the world, we have created an ecosystem where startups, SMEs, large companies, multinational companies, academia, and government truly work together. And these are not our statements. These come from, World Economic Forum, UN World Happiness Report, Global Innovation Index. So Finland in all the ranks, our business environment is the best. We have the best education system in the world. We are the happiest country in the world, which we don't believe because we do not consider ourselves happy, but 4th year in a row, we have been selected as the happiest country in the world, most stable country in the world, best university industry research collaboration in the world, etc., and etc. Many sectors, whether it's bio and circular economy, whether it's healthcare, whether it's clean tech, whether it's digitalization, which, by the way, I don't like the term digitalization anymore. My teenagers are saying that, Daddy, the term digitalization is so last season because every single company nowadays is digital. We should shift gears to talk about something else. But anyway, there are activities in many sectors in Finland. But really, if I talk about the digital sector, we are the most digital country in Europe, which means that we are the most digital country in the world as well. I've been here in India 4.5 years, kind of looking after the activities. So I have a fairly good understanding what Indian companies, best Indian universities think, what are the truly innovative and cool things in Finland, what is interesting. And really on the top of the list is our 5G experience, our 5G ecosystem. There have been 2 announcements quite recently. So both Wipro and Tech Mahindra have disclosed that they are setting up 5G R&D centers to Finland. Wipro even to Oulu, which is in the northern part of Finland, in the middle of nowhere, but it is the best radio technology university in the world. So 5G is the #1 area, which is something where we have really unique stuff to offer. It's not only 5G, everybody's talking about 5G, but we in Finland are actually working on 6G. We as a Finnish government, we have committed 250, our organization, we have committed 250 million euros to 6G R&D. And this is managed by University of Oulu, for example. Wipro is landing in the northern part of Finland. So we are working on 6G, whether it's materials, devices, services around that already. Some other areas which again are attracting a lot of interest in Finland when it comes to in India when it comes to Finland, besides 5G and 6G. Sustainability, it's very surprising nowadays when I discuss with the CTOs of large Indian system integrators, for example, with the large Indian IT giants. I would think that the discussion would be around AI or quantum computing, all these kind of high technologies. But the first question usually is that, hey, you Finland, you are the most sustainable country. Could we do something around sustainability? So now there's a great interest from India, especially from the Indian corporate sector, to study what they could do in Finland when it comes to sustainability. And I think that now we are, as mentioned, I don't like the word digitalization that much. I think that every company is digital. We should talk about how every company should be sustainable. Of course, our education system is extremely attractive. There we have a problem. We have no idea how to make money out of our education system because it's fully free. It's somewhat even a problem we have been discussing that should be kind of bring some wealth to the country by commercializing our education system. We still have no idea how to do that. We have the best education system in the world, but we don't know how to export that. So any help that you guys could share us with that would be awesome. Then some areas, AI, of course, every country is working on AI, but we have certain verticals there which are cool. Bio-based materials, we Finland, we have been capitalizing our forests for centuries even. So in the future, Finland will be the pioneer when it comes to new kind of bio-based packaging materials. When it comes to new bio-based fabrics, etc. So we have very cool stuff happening there. Of course, clean energy solutions, cloud and cloud adoption. Again, a big thing nowadays is which COVID has kind of been speeding up. Finland, when it comes to, for example, corporations, Finnish corporations are #1 in cloud adoption already. So that's something that is very attracting towards India, how they could kind of utilize that. Cybersecurity, and especially when you combine cybersecurity with 5G and 6G, that's something that we are really cool, really good. Data centers, Finland is a global hub for data centers. Good example, for example, is Google. The largest data center of Google outside US is in Finland. We are one of the data center hubs globally. Health technology, in Finland, we don't have a pharma industry, but again, with the Nokia heritage, what is happening around health technology. So that is one of the things, one of the hot topics at the moment. And then last but not least, quantum computing. Today, there are 3 quantum computing superpowers in the world, especially when it comes to hardware. China, US, and Finland. And of course, nobody wants to play with the Chinese. US has kind of banned American companies to export quantum computing hardware, but actually Finnish companies can still do that. Why are we good? Because we have this history from the 50s when we started to do this kind of ultra cold research in the country. And that has led to this quantum computing expertise. And Finnish government is even building a first quantum computer already. Our ecosystem, as mentioned, it's an ecosystem where we have all the stakeholders working very nicely together, whether it's the private sector of different size of companies, whether it's the academia, whether it's the accelerators, whether it's the venture capitalists, etc. This is just a snapshot of smart finance ecosystem. And our ecosystems, we have done a lot of work on that, but our ecosystems are extremely well defined. So if we take the smart finance ecosystem, and then if we deep dive, for example, to fintech landscape. So what we have done is that we have defined the companies, we have defined the academic groups. So if you have an interest that, hey, there's a certain technology you would like to explore, whether there's a company in Finland working on this sector, whether there's a good academic group working on that sector, we can pinpoint you to those companies or academic groups. And that is something that the Indian large companies find extremely, extremely beneficial kind of working with us. For example, when it comes to fintech, about 160 very, very good fintech companies we have. So our ecosystems are very well defined. About our startup ecosystem overall, so we have Slush. If we would be sitting in a large auditorium now, I would ask people to raise their hands who have heard about Slush, the biggest startup event globally held in Helsinki during the worst possible time of the year when it's dark and there's only slush on the ground, which is this wet snow, so there's nothing else to do but to network. Usually around 30,000 people, around 3,000 investors alone there. So everybody's there doing Slush. When you look at the number, it's crazy that Finland is, when you measure the amount of money that our startups are acquiring, or how much venture cap our startups are collecting, it's by far #1 in the world compared to GDP. And it's not only money that Finnish companies, Finnish startups, Finnish university spin-offs are collecting, but there are also exits happening. During the last couple of years, Finland, think about small country, 5.5 million people in the middle of nowhere, about 10% of the global startup exits came from Finland. 10%. It's a striking fact. We have all the data to back it up, showing how this is just a seed and very early stage money, early stage funding to companies, how that is kind of flowing globally to our startups scene. It all starts with universities. I think this is one of the Nokia heritages that we, universities are working very closely with the government and with the corporations. We are very strongly participating in EU projects, and our current government, which will be in power for 2 more years, which is led by Sanna Marin, this young female prime minister, has a very, very strong mandate to continue investing in science and R&D. It all starts with universities. But do you know what is the biggest reason why you should explore Finland? Is it these logos? We have the best gaming companies, whether it's Angry Birds by Rovio, whether it's Clash of Clans by Supercell, whether it's Nokia, whether it's cybersecurity companies, whether it's our measuring devices. Is this the biggest reason? No. The biggest reason is that everybody else is there. This is something that people outside Finland don't really realize, that all the global companies are in Finland doing R&D. Best European companies, best European logos, Ericsson, which is the Swedish 5G or telecommunications giant, who doesn't like Finland. We Finns and Swedes, we are competing. But even Ericsson thinks that our cybersecurity know-how is so good that they have focused their cybersecurity R&D in Finland. Zalando, which is a very good example there on the right-hand side, the lowest logo. Zalando is the e-commerce giant in Europe. It's the Flipkart of Europe. Most of the kind of mobile R&D is done in Finland. The American companies are there. I mentioned Google. GE Healthcare is a good example. All the wireless R&D done in Finland. IBM, their AI platform, Watson, lots of the healthcare R&D done in Finland. I could talk about these companies and the examples a long time. When you compare Nordic countries, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, most innovative region in the world. But for some reason, Finland, we have managed to get as many FDI projects than the rest of the Nordic countries combined during the last 10 years. So this shows that everybody is coming to Finland to do R&D mostly. Also Indian companies. Mahindra has 4 investments. Wipro, Motherson Sumi, Infosys. We are starting to see the innovation of Indian good SMEs. There are plenty of examples, just few logos here. Also, the Indian companies are now tapping into the unique ecosystem in Finland. Few kind of processes or mechanisms that we have created for startup entrepreneurs. Startup permit. So just Google Business Finland and startup permit. So startup entrepreneurs outside European Economic Area, we give 2-year startup permits. There's kind of continuous application, no deadlines. We Business Finland, we give like the go ahead, and then our immigration services process these relatively fast. You can find all the information from our web pages, Business Finland startup permit. As mentioned, application process very straightforward. We give like this eligibility statement, and with that you can apply for the startup permit from the Finnish Immigration Service. Startup kit, just Google Business Finland startup kit. You can find all the relevant information how to set up your startup in Finland. And as mentioned, if you set up your startup in Finland, you are eligible for the very unique governmental funding we have. So kind of before I go into learnings part, what I have learned in my life, how much time I still have some time, I believe. So these are the reasons why Finland, overall our ecosystem, it's very, very unique where, SMEs, startups, large companies, multinational companies, government, academia work together. Then it's kind of access to Nordic markets. Finland is a relatively small market, but when you compare Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, it's about the size of Indian economy. So it's a large market. And then what you could actually do, what the large Indian pharma companies did 20 years ago, that many of them, most of them actually went to European markets through Finland. So they got their first regulatory approvals from Finland. They got the first quality stamps from Finland. Why? Because when you get this quality stamp from the Finnish medical authorities, then it's much easier to do business because everybody values that Finnish regulatory stamp. So kind of you can access the European markets. Why go to Germany or France or UK first? Come through Finland. That's what the smart Indian pharma companies did. Then, there's access to innovation. And last but not least, it's not only Nokia's and the Finnish unique companies that you can access. By coming to Finland, you can access the multinational companies. If you have a wireless solution that you want to sell to GE Healthcare, you have to sell it to Finland, to the team there. Don't go to US. Then about my learnings, what I have learned, I put together some points for you for the future entrepreneurs. It's always most important thing to be yourself. Never play any role, just be yourself. Nowadays, think about creating your brands. Nowadays, it's actually quite important that you have somewhat an own brand in social media, wherever you want to create your brand, but that you have to do with patience. So you have to be patient with that. It doesn't come in 1 month or 1 year or even 5 years. But anyway, the most important thing is be yourself and think about how to even build the brand around that. Then never overanalyze. That's one of the problems with us Finns. We are engineers. That's, I think, one of the reasons why even Nokia failed the best mobile phones ever. But we kind of overanalyzed. We kind of over-engineered our phones. So whatever idea of a startup, whatever kind of idea you have, just spend half a day, prepares 3 slides and start selling. You then eventually can define your business model based on the feedback from the clients. But the biggest mistake is that you sit in your office with your team for 6 months and create the one wonderful idea and develop it further and develop a product and don't talk to the clients. 3 slides, start selling. Learn by doing, innovate by doing, innovate by selling. Be active. I think I hate emails. Never send me. You are always free to contact me. My phone number is in the open domain there. Just call me or send me a WhatsApp, but don't send me an email. People send so many emails and emails do not get you anywhere. But be active, network, and nowadays it's about calling. Then add value to your clients. Nowadays it's extremely important. I think good example is the Indian pharma industry, which is extremely good in manufacturing generic medicines. But nowadays they just cannot compete on the price anymore. Indian pharma generic medicine manufacturers have to offer ideas of new products to European pharma companies. It's the same thing with the large Indian IT industry, with TCS, with Infosys, with Wipro. They are not these stupid or boring IT service providers anymore. They are innovating to their clients. So now it is more important to add value to clients, to innovate to clients. Next, always stand behind your product and service. It's so easy to see when the salesman is not kind of believing on the product, believing what they are selling. It was very wonderful to hear Dr. Himanshu speaking previously, because you could see, you could feel that he believes what he is speaking. He was proud what he was presenting. I'm always proud when I'm talking about Finland, what we have done. Mid-40s, after the war with Russia, we were completely broke. We don't have oil like Norway has. We don't have the heritage of long kings and queens like Sweden have. But it's extremely important to be proud of what you are selling. Team building, one of the things I really like this is read what Jim Collins has written about team building. When you are building a team, whether it's a small team, whether it's a large team, most important thing is that you have to build such a team that you are comfortable sitting in a car with. So if it's a small team, you want those people to be so that you want to enjoy a long ride with them in a car. So, or if it's a bigger team, find such a team that you are comfortable going on a road trip, sitting in a bus for 24 hours. Because if you build a team only based on experience and talent, you know what happens. Nowadays, the life cycles of everything, life cycles of products, life cycles of services, they are just getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So if you build a team based on experience and talents, and when the team is ready, most likely you have to do different things. So always think about with who you want to sit in a car or minivan or bus. Then cash is always a king. Dr. Himanshu told that cash, that money is of course never important, that shouldn't be the driver, but when you are building a company, cash is the king. Because it is more easy to find a good spouse than a good investor. By far easier to find a good wife than a good venture capitalist. So if you have cash, you are in a better position to select the venture capitalist. So cash is always a king. So be sure that you are in a relatively good cash position. Then never take granted what your client knows. Your client is always wrong. Your customer is always wrong. Never take for granted what your stakeholders or your partners say. Never take anything for granted. And then last but not least, there are wonderful processes how to do business development. But always remember that business is more art than science. We can always create processes, but business is always more art than science. Remember that. Then I have one more slide. Another thing I never have understood that why people are creating very difficult or very complicated strategy processes. Probably it's because of these McKinseys, etc., because they can, they make so much money out of all of this. But this is a very simple picture that I'm using every single day. I have been using this for 15 years. I use this in my marriage. I use this when I'm bringing up my children, whatever I'm doing, when I'm prioritizing every day. So the strategy process of whatever you are, and you can, I've been preparing international internalization strategies for publicly listed large companies based on this. 5 steps: define goal. Second, analyze competition. Third, define your starting point. 4, prepare a simple roadmap. And 5, just go. And as I have kind of boxed here, if your courage ends after step 4, just go back to step 1 and repeat as often as needed. And as mentioned, I have been using this in my working life. Whatever I've been doing, it works. And also I've been using this in my private life. That's it. Here are my coordinates. As mentioned, there's my mobile phone number. Give me a call, send me a WhatsApp. I'd be happy to help you however I possibly can. Thank you so much. And wishing wonderful luck to all the participants for this great 3-day happening that you have put together. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir, for those motivating words on various startups with connection to Finland. I'm sure all the participants must have learned a lot from that informative session on Business Finland. Thank you once again. Moving ahead, we have with us Mr. Ojasvi Babar, CEO at Amity Innovation Incubator, ATI ECI, Central Delhi, Delhi, India. With prior experience into investment banking and startup consulting, Mr. Ojasvi has been instrumental in facilitating multi-million-dollar investments for a few technology startups. He has been mentoring startups for the past 8 years and has extensive experience in developing strong business and revenue models and executive roadmaps for startups. In terms of his specialities, he has his strengths in startup consulting, social media marketing, mentoring, strategic internet marketing, business and marketing consulting, resource planning, executive search. We welcome you, sir. I would like to request you to kindly share your kind words with us. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Rathore. I must thank Dr. Rai and Dr. Juka as well. Dr. Rai for bringing in, Alice in Wonderland and Paulo Coelho, Alchemist, back to my library. And Dr. Juka, thanks for bringing in the memories of Nokia. I'm sure all of us have used Nokia one or the other time, and quite impressed with the fintech ecosystem there in Finland. Hopefully we'd get into discussions regarding it later. But thanks a lot. Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, our distinguished guests, Dr. Rai, Dr. Juka, my colleagues in the Amity family, and dear participants. Now, it is indeed a pleasure and an honor to be here at this inaugural session of Ideathon 2.0. My congratulations to And best wishes to Dr. Manju Kaushik and her team on putting together yet another initiative to give a platform and voice to young ideas, which would change the dynamics of the entire entrepreneurial ecosystem. I remember Ideathon 1.0 and how greatly, with so much of excitement and interest, it was participated in by more than 150 participants. A few exceptionally brilliant ideas came out of Ideathon 1.0. I saw the program structure. The agenda for this program and the resources have so meticulously been planned and aligned along the lines of the startup life cycle that the participants in the next 2 days of the program would get a quick executive MBA of sorts, starting from a pre-pitching session to a workshop on business modeling and interaction with mentors before the participants. Not everyone gets this opportunity and a platform like this to give shape to their ideas and the validation of industry mentors. I would have interacted with more than a few thousand startups in my career. And let me share with you that invariably the ones who have been able to make it big and knock the ball out of the court are the ones who knew how to utilize opportunities like this. All startup co-founders have complementary skills to run the ventures. But when it comes to understanding the macro direction, you need an external perspective. This event today is going to give you a platform and an idea to your wings. Take the plunge, find yourself a co-founder, pitch your startup, learn from understanding, learn from the experts, learn from the mentors, let the mentors guide you. And I promise that after 2 days of this event, your understanding of the venture and confidence would be altogether at a different level. I also wanted to say that, at this juncture when the whole world is fighting the COVID pandemic, it would be very interesting to see startups focusing their energy on solutions which can help us tackle the COVID pandemic. I recall that when all the incubation centers supported the COVID response and rebuilding accelerator program, we got a heartwarming response from participants. They had very unique and unconventional solutions on rebuilding the economy and to tackle the pandemic. While on one side, we got accelerators who are currently developing nanomaterial-based reusable masks. On the other hand, we got deep technology ideas where someone is using artificial intelligence to train engines to determine COVID infection by, just studying the coughing sound that the patients make. Now, such a diversity of ideas and meeting of the minds can only happen at events like this. I'm sure that the participants today who have enrolled for the brainstorming and the business modeling sessions would definitely have a few ideas which can help us and that help India win the COVID war. As our dear Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has been laying emphasis on Startup India and Stand Up India and supporting the entire ecosystem. And also, as our dear founder presidents, Dr. Ashok Chauhan and respected Chancellor Dr. Aseem Chauhan have said again and again, it is the startups of today who would shape the future of New India. So I give you all my best wishes and I wish you all the best for the next 2 days of event to come. All my great wishes are with you, and the incubators at all the centers across the country would be there to help you whenever you need any help. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for those inspirational words. As all good things come to an end, so has our inaugural session. And now I would like to request Mr. Bharat Nenwani, Deputy Secretary ESL, student ALS, Amity University, Rajasthan, to propose a vote of thanks. Over to you, Mr. Nenwani.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jayavardhan. Respected Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Amit Jain, Mr. Ojasvi Babbar, Amity Innovation Incubator, Mr. Vijay Veer Singh, Vice President, Funding and Incubation, Amity Innovation Incubator, our most valued keynote speakers, Professor Dr. Himanshurai and Dr. Jukka Holappa, Dr. Manju Kaushik, Organizing Chair, Ideathon 2.0, Mr. Sahil Bhotani, Assistant Manager, Incubation and Technology, Amity Innovation Incubator, Mr. Harshit Agarwal, Manager, Community Engagement, Amity Innovation Incubator, Deans, Directors, HODs, HOIs, all the respected faculty members, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to be asked to propose a vote of thanks for this occasion. I, Bharat Nanwani, on behalf of the Team Entrepreneurship Cell, Amity University, Rajasthan, and Amity Innovation Incubator, Jaipur, express my gratitude to our founder president, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, for being a constant source of inspiration, and Dr. Asim Chauhan, Honorable Chancellor, Amity University, Rajasthan, for being the guiding light in the path of innovation. I would like to acknowledge our gratitude to Professor Dr. Amit Jain, Pro Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Rajasthan, for his words of wisdom and his constant guidance and support for the event. I would like to extend a very heartfelt thanks to our respected guest and keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Himanshurai, for his enlightening address on the topic Shaping Young Leaders. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for Dr. Jukka Valappa for sharing his insights on learnings from Finland, the greatest startup ecosystem in the world. I also wish to express my gratitude to Mr. Ojasvi Babbar, our Chief Advisor. I extend our sincere thanks to organizing chair of Ideathon 2.0, Dr. Manju Kaushik, for her guidance and support, and all the respected faculty coordinators for their support. Further, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Master of Ceremony, Dr. Jayavardhan Singh Rathod, for carrying out the ceremony so flawlessly. Well, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye for detail. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated professionals. A very special mention to Mr. R.K. Pachori, Mr. Rahul Suri, entire IT team, and of course, Team Entrepreneurship Cell, Amity University, Rajasthan, for their tireless efforts and dedication for this event. I would also like to thank all the deans, directors, HODs, HOIs, all the respected faculty members, and of course, this lovely audience for joining us for today's session. I wish all the participants and the organizing team all the very best for next 2 days of ideation. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Over to you, Dr. Jayavardhan.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nenwani. So ladies and gentlemen, hoping that this event will bring out new ideas and great innovations, we look forward to your active participation in the same. To inform you, dear students and dear participants, about the next step of the event, for the moment, we'll break for lunch and the event Ideathon 2.0 resumes at 2 p.m. to get started with the activities. The link for those sessions will be shared with you. Best wishes at Ideathon, where ideas get live. Thank you everyone to have been present at the event and stay safe. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.